really just comes in waves, but I just want to go home. I just want to see all my stuff and shit. I really want to go home. I'm so homesick.
The recent Los Angeles wildfires have left a trail of devastation, consuming homes, memories, and lives in their path. Among the many impacts are celebrities whose fame did not shield them from the ravages of nature. Their reactions have ranged from heartbreaking vulnerability to fiery critiques of leadership. Among those affected is actress and model Molly Sims, whose emotional response to the disaster went viral after she shared a video of her crying on TikTok.
Our community is beyond devastated. We are all pulling together. A lot of my friends have lost their home. I'm waiting to see if our home will be there. Right now, it's just a waiting game. But I just want you to know I appreciate all the texts and DMs.
Montag's husband, Spencer Pratt, also shared his devastation, posting videos of the encroaching flames and expressing the shock and futility of the situation.
All right, for real, Skipper, stop. Let's go.
Joe Rogan also criticized California Governor Gavin Newsom on his podcast, discussing the state's lack of preparedness for the Los Angeles wildfires. Alongside actor Mel Gibson, Rogan highlighted poor resource allocation and shared concerns about wildfire prevention. He also recalled a firefighter's earlier warning about a catastrophic fire in Los Angeles, emphasizing the severity of the current crisis.
And in 2019, I think Newsom said, I'm going to take care of the forests and maintain the forests and do all that kind of stuff. He didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. And then on top of that, they cut the water off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all funny. And then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel. I don't know, but it's like, it's sad. It's like the place is just on fire.
Paris Hilton, a name synonymous with glitz and glamour, was one of the many victims who lost her home. Her Malibu residence, a place filled with family memories and personal milestones, was reduced to ashes. Paris shared her heartbreak in an emotional video on Instagram.
Hell has taken over. It's so big, it's so red. My thoughts and prayers are with everyone tonight. I'm really praying to stop soon.
Beyond her grief, Paris decided to act, pledging financial support to help others affected by the disaster. She started an emergency relief fund, donating $100,000 herself and promising to match donations up to the same amount. Actress Sarah Michelle Gellar also took to her Instagram story, expressing her frustration with the chaotic evacuation process during the wildfires. She criticized the lack of traffic control and directly addressed Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, calling for better management during crises. Jillian Michaels, in an interview with Daily Mail, demanded the resignation of Governor Newsom and Mayor Bass, accusing them of failing to protect California residents from such devastating events.
The governor should resign. People are dead. Homes have burned. It is not your first rodeo. It is not. And when you know that you have a state that is prone to fire, and I'm going to give it to you, you've got global warming. You have literally a tinderbox. Isn't this the part where you take the highest income tax, highest sales tax, highest gas tax, and rebuild the infrastructure?
Her voice is filled with clear and unhidden frustration. The loss is too big for her to hold back her words.
I'm sorry. And the reason for me this is super serious is because this guy wants to be your president. This now goes from a California problem to a country-wide problem. Like, I get it, he's got good hair. We've got much bigger problems, okay?
James Woods, known for his iconic acting roles, experienced the wildfires in a more visceral and furious way. Forced to evacuate his Pacific Palisades home, James shared his ordeal on social media. documenting the encroaching flames and the destruction they left in their wake. Unlike others who focused on their personal losses, Woods directed his anger outward, holding California's leadership accountable for what he saw as preventable devastation. He labeled Governor Gavin Newsom a blithering idiot, accusing him of gross mismanagement.
If it is true that Gavin Newsom is the absolute blithering idiot that I believe he is in the way he has handled fire management in this state again and again and again and again, this isn't a wake-up call. This is the kind of thing they have tribunals for.
Woods was particularly frustrated by what he saw as misplaced priorities, claiming that the state's focus on social initiatives had come at the expense of basic infrastructure needs like fire prevention. His anger boiled over in a statement where he said, "This isn't just a wake-up call, it's an indictment. People should be held responsible for this level of negligence." Woods' reaction highlights the deeper systemic issues that many believe exacerbate the effects of natural disasters. Chris Pratt, while not directly affected in terms of losing property, also became a vocal figure during the wildfires. Using his massive social media following, Pratt shared messages of hope and resilience, urging people to come together during these challenging times. His posts were a call for action, encouraging donations to wildfire relief funds and praising the bravery of first responders. Pratt's messages stood out for their emphasis on community strength. He reminded his followers that disasters like these are a reminder of the fragility of life, but also of the strength found in unity. While his reaction lacked the anger seen in others, his tone of optimism and solidarity resonated with many who were looking for a beacon of hope amid the despair. The wildfires also deeply impacted other celebrities, further showcasing the widespread devastation. Comedian Whitney Cummings documented her evacuation, posting a video that showed massive smoke clouds looming near her home and studio. She captioned it, "There is no way to describe the feeling of looking at this from your backyard." Beyond the personal stories of loss, the wildfires have reignited a larger conversation about California's disaster preparedness and the role of leadership in mitigating such crises. Many, like James Woods, have pointed to what they see as glaring failures in policy and planning. Critics argue that the state's focus on progressive social initiatives has overshadowed essential infrastructure needs. For example, the lack of proper water reservoir maintenance has been a recurring issue, directly affecting firefighting efforts. Woods and others have highlighted how the appointment of officials based on diversity metrics, rather than expertise, has compounded these problems. While such critiques are polarizing, they underscore the deep frustration and anger felt by those who believe the devastation could have been minimized with better governance. The impact of the wildfires extends far beyond the physical destruction. For many, the loss of a home represents the loss of stability, memories, and a sense of identity. Paris Hilton's emotional reaction, James Woods' fiery critique, and Chris Pratt's calls for unity each paint a different facet of this shared tragedy. Their stories, along with those of countless others, highlight the human cost of disasters and the need for both immediate support and long-term solutions. I want to know your opinion. Is James Wood and Mel Gibson correct? This tragedy happened because of the authorities. Comment down below and make sure to subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one.